It's a beautiful day at KW Clockwork FM. In studio today we have your hosts Liam and Tarren. Get that coffee ready because you do not want to miss the podcast that gives you all the information you need in the real estate industry.
Welcome.
Pleasure.
Okay, how's your days going?
Busy, thank you.
Busy.
Going up and down and sorting out all necessary stuff.
Oh, busy's good.
But all good.
Very busy, yes.
Okay, so we'll start right off. Deon, were you an agent before deciding to open a market centre of your own?
Yes, I was an agent for about 12 years.
12 years?
Before I decided to go on my own, yeah.
Oh, that's actually a really long time.
Yeah, it's a big decision to go on your own. It wasn't taken lightly and I enjoyed selling while I was an agent. Yeah.
Okay. And what was the biggest challenges you both faced as being an agent?
I think looking after your clients and making sure you give excellent service and they just speak well about you. I was very conscious of what people think of me in my business, and it was important that they gave them great service, they can go tell other people. There was always a challenge for me. I never wanted to disappoint anybody. Yeah. So I understood the real estate business and I understood that it all works on referrals.
Yeah, so
I would hate to mess up, and so it was crucial for me in the beginning to make sure I rather overpromise and underdeliver.
100%.
I think a big challenge as well is the industry is, unfortunately, some of our agents, our colleagues out there have given the estate agent business a little bit of a bad name. So it is also very difficult for us to have the confidence and the trust from the clients from the onset.
Yes, okay, so you basically want to build a reputation for yourself so people can refer you to other people and keep the business coming in.
Correct.
Okay.
I think it's the only way to build a sustainable business. You don't want to knock on doors for the rest of your life. You want to have repeat business, and those are easy clients to work with.
Yeah.
It takes time to build that up, and like I said, there are a lot of guys with not great reputations, which makes our jobs
more difficult.
Especially in the beginning.
Yeah.
Okay, so Deon, what was the biggest challenge you faced when opening up your own business?
Again, just to make sure that whatever I promised my agents, now suddenly my clients aren't my clients, my agents are my clients. The biggest challenge was to give a value add to them, that they don't go to another company, and then help them grow as agents and not just sit back and hope they're going to sell. The biggest challenge is to keep people accountable to their goals, to make sure they make the money, because obviously then you make the money. And it was very difficult in the beginning because not everyone's got your passion for real estate. So it took some time to get them, to win them over and to understand, they're not just selling houses, there's more to it.
And you supported them with whatever they needed?
Yeah, that was my primary job, and I knew that from the beginning that as long as I look after the agent, the for sale board will look after itself. That was very important to me. And it's challenging because not everybody's got your, like I said, your passion or your set of goals that you want to achieve. But in the beginning, it was, I'd say, it was the most important.
Okay. And when did you decide to open up the other two branches?
I think once we realised that we've got a concept going that can sustain itself, we just knew we've got to get the right people in place, and we can basically take it over like McDonald's, where everything works exactly the same. I think that's the beauty about the Keller Williams system. It's a business model, and if you just follow the model, then you can go open more and more market centres as long as you've got the right people in place. I think once we knew we had the right people in place, then we would open. I wouldn't have opened if I didn't have people to take it over and have a problem.
Okay.
And then what support system do you have in place to ensure that the operations in the business is running smoothly?
Well, again, you just got to show added value to the agent, that he's worthwhile and you want him there, that he's important to you, that he's your client. And obviously from moving over Copperwood to Keller Williams, the huge advantage was that now suddenly you can add a lot of value to your agent from a trading point of view, from technology point of view, all the systems that you've got in place. So you will never overpromise and deliver because it's all there, it's all been done, although we didn't do it, Keller Williams did it. So it's actually easier to run the business now because there's so much we can offer agents. It's a no-brainer to be with Keller Williams.
I think also the amount of office support and managerial support that we offer our agents, it's not something that you get at every estate agency. I mean, we're basically available 24/7 to answer any questions, to assist, to give them admin support, to, from A to Z, we support our agents 100% because they are our clients.
Yeah, 100%. Okay, and what's your position in the business?
I'm joint operating partner.
Joint operating partner. Can you give us a bit of more in-depth explanation on...
I'm the boss.
Okay, 100%. Deon, do you have any plans to open a fourth market centre?
Without a doubt, but again, it'll have to be the right leadership group. Again, I'm going to repeat, which is important to understand that Williams is a business model. As long as you follow the model, you will be successful, but you've got to follow it. And in the case of opening another market centre, you can't just going to open it and put whoever you want there because it will fail. You have to have the right people in place. If I don't, then we won't open another one. If you do find the right people, again, without a doubt, it's a model that can sustain itself very comfortably.
Like you said, you need to find those people with the same passion for real estate as you have.
Very important from a leadership point of view because in Keller Williams we don't manage people. We want to lead them, we want to show them how to grow their businesses. So you need the right people to do that.
Perfect.
Okay, so what was your biggest achievement in terms of the real estate industry?
As an owner or as an agent?
As an owner.
I think the fact that we've got 310 agents working for us, I think that's something to be very proud about. We're one of the largest real estate companies in the country, and again, it lends itself to the Keller Williams system and model that we do on a daily basis, and I think that's an achievement. Although it's not our achievements per se, it's a whole team effort. But the Keller Williams model allows you to do that. So I'm very proud of the fact that we can sit back and like I mentioned, our agents are our clients, and I can sit here very confident saying that we really do look after our clients, which is our agents, because we know if they're successful, then we are. So I think that's something I'm proud of to say that we've got a good group of people working with us.
Okay, nice. And then on the personal side, did real estate ever affect your personal life?
I think that's one of the beauties to be in real estate is that you don't need a degree to be successful. I would think that I gave my family a very good upbringing. I've had 2 daughters through private schools, and we know how expensive that is, so it definitely allowed me to have a lifestyle. Not having a degree, I don't think there's any other industry that I would be able to do this. So real estate is really what gave me a huge opportunity in life, and I wish sometimes agents would understand what they really can achieve. Yes, it is hard work, but the rewards are huge as well. So it affected my personal life in every single way. My family is there because of real estate and what I could provide for them and still provide. So I'm really grateful for real estate.
And for the both of you, what is the biggest challenge being an OP for 3 market centres? It's quite a strenuous task. I can imagine having to deal with a lot of overuse of 300 agents and quite a few leadership as well. How do you manage with all those?
I think the biggest challenge is probably time management and trying to assist everybody all of the time as well and keep everybody happy. I think that's one of the biggest challenges. Although we do have a great leadership team in each market centre. So we do leverage off them quite a bit. So we don't have to be 100% fully in control. We actually just oversee the operations, and the leadership actually carry the operations forward.
Okay, so you rely a lot on leadership as well. They are your backbone of the business.
Yeah, I would agree with it. I think one of the main responsibilities that we have is to keeping our leadership accountable. Not to check up on them, but keep them accountable towards the company's goals and the company's vision. I think that's quite difficult to make sure that we don't get stuck from our side. We're continuously improving as a company, and that's keeping everybody accountable, including ourselves.
Yep. And then, how do you guys balance your work life and your personal life?
Yeah, it's not always that easy because obviously deals aren't done between 8 and 5 during the day. So a lot of our agents need assistance after hours, on weekends. So, but I've always done this, so I'm quite used to the interruptions and helping, and that's just, I enjoy helping, I enjoy seeing people grow. So I do spend a lot of time on my phone in the evenings and, you know, replying to WhatsApps, talking to my agents. So it is a fine balance because you have to give yourself time out. But yeah, I manage it okay, I think.
Yeah, you're a workaholic, so I think you could do it even better. I think, and that's a challenge, is because more from Diane's side, where she's a servant leader, where we, I think from our side, not to burn out, is to make sure that we really put our time management under control. I think that's a big thing that we can grow as OPs, where we can't do everything for everybody, but we can teach them how to do it so they can go and fish for the rest of their life. And we want to teach them how to fish, but they must go and do the fishing then, where we don't do anything for them. And that's a challenge because, you know, like I said, I was a servant leader, and I think time management we can improve on.
Okay, so it's something you guys are working towards.
We definitely are. You know, we eventually you'll burn out if you don't do it. So I don't think we've got a choice anymore. We have to start looking at, you know, keeping everybody else accountable to do their job so that we don't have to do everything.
Yeah.
Well, not we, but
I'm going to Mauritius for a week next week.
See, that's a good start.
Yeah.
That's a good start.
Right.
And do you guys have any advice for other agents who would want to join KW?
Yes. If you're going to become an estate agent, consider it a business, not a job. A lot of people come into this industry thinking that this is quick, easy money. It's quite the opposite, actually. It's a lot of hard work. But if you're going to come in thinking you can clock in and clock out, it's not going to work for you. You need to understand that this is a business that you are starting. It's not somewhere where you're going to get a salary. You've got whatever you put into this industry is what you're going to get out.
Okay, that's good. And what support do you give the agents when they join?
A lot. I've got a full admin team in all 3 market centres. Again, I said my leadership, we basically train them from start to finish. But having said that, the agents need to be happy and willing to come to the training and to learn and to grow their business. So we can only take them so far.
And you guys hold them accountable?
Yes, we do. We keep them accountable to their goals, the 411s. They set the goals in conjunction with us, what they want to earn. And we obviously then tell them exactly how many properties they need to sell, to list, how many appointments to go on, etc., etc. So yes, we do. We have one-on-ones with our agents. We keep them accountable to their goals. They're not our goals. We set them together. But like I say, and we try and keep them as on track as we possibly can in that business mind.
Yeah. So it's a good support system, basically, to motivate them to reach their goals.
Absolutely.
Yeah, but I can just add on that. I don't want it to sound derogatory, but what Diane said is very important. You must understand this is a business. It's not a job. And I think that's the reason why. And I don't want to take anything away from the South Africans, but in America you become an estate agent because that's your dream, that's your passion, and that's what you become. And that's why they handle it like their own business, and that's why they're so hugely successful and sell 300-400 properties a year. Where in South Africa you tend to, if you've lost your job, you become an estate agent. And I would love the industry to change that mindset, because it is opposites from that. It's not a job, it is really a business that you're running. And you can earn exactly what top CEOs in the country earn. And if you can get the mindset of the agent to change and understand that he's the CEO of his business, then it will definitely help agents change their lives.
Okay.
And how has the market center changed over the last few years, and have they been all for the best?
The changes in the market?
Yeah, market and the market center itself.
I think we've grown exponentially. Like I said, we've got all the right people in the right positions, so that has really helped. I think as we've grown, we've also learned. I mean, there's trials and tribulations in every position, in every job, every career, every business. So we've learned by trial and error as well. So we've grown as the agents have also grown, and as the business has grown. I think we've gone from strength to strength.
Without a doubt, and this whole the motto of Keller Williams is to be learning based. You never stop learning. I think that's the beauty about the company. Diane and I will never sit back and say, you know what, we've arrived, because there's just so much to get better at and improve your standards. From the market point of view, I think we're in the best market we will ever be for a very long time. The interest rates are the lowest they've ever been. I do think we might change slightly to a buyer's market in the near future, because I think COVID has taken quite a big bite out of everybody, and a lot of people are going to either give their houses back to the bank or put them on the market. So we might move into a buyer's market in the next couple of months, but I still think it's a very good market to be in currently. And if you compare to 2008, where things were 24 and 25%, we're sitting now at ridiculously low interest rates. So it's a good time to be in real estate at the moment.
Okay, 100%. And then with regards to the agents, they obviously market themselves, but do you still believe that traditional marketing is as effective as it was, such as drops and brochures?
Not at all.
No.
With social media nowadays, and it's all about relationship building with your database, with your sphere of influence, the people that you know, more so than years back where you do the drops around in the neighborhood. With social media now, you can reach far more bigger audience. I don't think it doesn't work at all, but I think the percentage is much lower than it used to be. There's so much of technology now that you can get to people without dropping something in their post box. So you've got to adapt to technology and use it, and it's thousands and thousands of people on social media. With a drop, it's intensive. There's only so many households in Sydney that can drop per day, where I can reach 100,000 people in 2 minutes.
Yeah, 100%.
So it might have its place, but I don't think it's something to even debate at the moment. There's just more awareness in your farming area if you do it. But there are far more effective ways to farm the area and to build relationships with people. So
it's not obsolete as of yet, but it's definitely not on its way out, but we have a lot better infrastructures in place.
If you look at printing media and how many people advertise in printing media, I mean, the Saturday Times used to be extremely thick, or the Saturday Star. I mean, it's none of what it's gone. We used to advertise on a weekly basis in the product portfolio in the East India. We've advertised there for 5 years, and our leads have increased much more than we got back in the day when we advertised in printing media. So no, those days are gone.
Okay, so it's now time to move over to the 21st century and start building your Facebook profile to get your name out there.
Yeah.
Okay. Did you ever feel discouraged when you opened your own business? Did you ever have any down days where you felt defeated?
No, I think that you shouldn't open a business if you're going to try and open a business like that. I think you've got to give it 100% and set your goals, and you might fall once or twice, but because you know where you're going, you just get up and
carry on.
So there was never a day that I doubted you shouldn't plan it properly.
Yeah, so it's all about the plan and the execution.
Yeah, and make sure you know what your end goal is. Make sure you know where you're going, because, like I say, when times get tough, you just keep on going because you know where you're heading to.
Yeah.
But if you don't know what you're doing and where you want to go to, then it's easy then to give up because times are tough.
I assume that's why goal setting is so important, because if you ever get lost in what you're doing, you can always refer back to your goals when you're trying to hit those goals.
I do not believe there's anybody, and if there is, then it's really silly. Anybody to go to work or run their own business without goals. If you haven't got those goals, you don't know what you're doing then. It's what drives you, what pushes you, what keeps you focused if you drop the ball a bit. So I know we underestimate goal setting, and it's been there for many years, and I'll never change because it's the way you build your business. It's in the future.
100%.
So, and what advice would you give the agents here at KW?
To grow your database.
So lead gen.
Lead gen. Without houses to sell, you do not have a business. You need to also, my other big piece of advice is be an area specialist. You can sell and list anywhere, but specialize in a certain area so that those clients know that you're in real estate. Don't try and get the biggest possible area you possibly can. 1,500 homes is about what one agent can cope with. But be an area specialist, so your neighbors, your doctor, everybody in your neighborhood knows you're an estate agent, and they will come to you if you give the right service. It's all about service, this industry.
Yeah, I couldn't agree more. I mean, it's, if I add anything, I'll just say and follow up. You know, build your database, build your farming area, and follow up with a client. Don't just do lead gen once and leave it. You've got to follow up and say build the referral system.
And do you both have any advice for new home buyers, the people who are just buying their first home?
I would say get pre-qualified before you go out looking for property. I think a lot of people, don't know exactly what they can afford as far as the bank's criteria are concerned. So I believe that you should go and get pre-qualified. And luckily here at Keller Williams Clockwork, we have IMO, which are bond originators, and they're more than happy to assist any client to get pre-qualified. And then at least you're out there and you know exactly what you can afford, and you're looking for property in the right price range.
Yeah, I agree with that. No, stick to your budget. Don't go over that. If you know this is what you can afford, don't push yourself to overprice or buy something that's not that you can't afford. Then 2-3 years time you're in trouble with it. Rather stick to the budget, and then in 3 or 4 years time you can then sell that property, take the profit, and go buy another property.
100%. 100%.
I think for the last one, how can you ensure that previous sellers or buyers will refer others to the agent?
Service. If you give this service and you keep in contact with your clients, remember it's not just a once-off sale. The whole point of real estate is for you in 5 years' time not to have to go and knock on doors and look for business. It's all about getting the repeat business, the referrals back from other clients. So your client is sitting in a braai and has just dealt with you, and your friend happens to mention that they want to sell a house. Then that client that you've just sold to is going to say, use this person because they gave excellent service. If we give the correct service from start to finish and continue the relationship, that client will definitely come back to you as an agent of choice.
Okay, so it's all about the service and the presentation.
And keeping in touch, giving feedback.
Yeah, you've got to build the relationships of trust. I think it's up to 80% of sellers only see one agent. And also, all you need to do is get that one opportunity to get to the front door, but make sure that you give, and I'll take a step further, that you give the customer an experience. It's much cheaper dealing with an existing client than going to find new clients. So you might as well just look after your old clients and make sure you get a great experience. And then, like Guy says, the thing go tell you else about you. It makes your job so much easier, and that's the way you grow organically. Is when people start bombarding you to list their properties. That's when you can leverage and get people to join your team, and then you grow as a person and as a team because you give them that excellent service. So I would say that's number one, giving a client the experience to build your business.